All right. You know what it is? You know who it is? I'm back with another video. So today we're talking about, if you saw my Instagram post earlier, we're talking about how breaking my foot made me love what I do. So let's start with the story. Almost 5 years ago, I think, or more or less, I'm not exactly sure. It was my freshman summer of college. I broke my foot. I was playing basketball with a couple of my friends. Um, I kind of fell in an odd direction. My foot slipped under me, and the rest is history. I broke my fifth metatarsal, and as you saw in my post earlier, I had to have surgery. Um, it was, I don't consider this a serious injury. Broken bones happen all the time to a lot of people, but I've never broken anything, and I've never been sidelined for this amount of time before in my life. It threw me for a spin when it happened, and for 3 or 4 months I didn't do anything with my right leg. And if I knew what I knew now, obviously I would have been doing stuff because I know I can be doing stuff even when I'm injured. Crutches were terrible, uncomfortable, annoying, and didn't help the situation. When the recovery time was over and I was able to use my foot and leg again, I was feeling the aftermath of what happened. Over the following months and the past, however many years since, like I said, maybe 5 years, I performed my own rehab on it. I've been successful to this point, I'd like to think, but that's not the point here. The point is, a little stupid injury made me realize what I love to do and what I'd like to think I'm good at. When I initially broke my foot, it was following 6 months of hard work that I did to lose 60 pounds. I was on a metaphorical roll in my eyes until I wasn't, and it opened my eyes up to a lot of things. Like I said, it was a lot of work. It was, I want to say, like I said, 6 months almost, and it wasn't like the month after, but it was, like I said, that summer. So it was probably a solid 8 months, and I had worked to like lose that weight. So one of the things I kind of made me upset about it was, like I said, I never had broken anything, and I never had been sidelined for that long. But it made me realize, like I said, a few things. First, that my doctor told me I didn't need PT, which probably obviously wasn't right. The fact that I'm kind of glad she told me not to, anyways, because then I wouldn't probably have looked into it myself. But the fact that many people don't have the mindset I do about fitness or recovery or prehab is how I felt at the time. I wasn't sure what to do. I thought, all right, it'll just heal on its own, or it'll just go back to normal. I'll be able to do what I was doing before. And if I didn't take the measures that I did on my own, I'd probably still be having the problems that I was having back then to this day. And this is what the average person may be dealing with. Second, at the time, I didn't know a lot about the rehab process or the prehab process, and I always wanted to learn, and thankfully I had the time. And due to school and I guess my age, because I was in school, but having the time to look into this process, go to the gym regularly, go to the gym on my schedule, it made this recovery process a lot easier, and it made learning and going through this process a lot easier, which made me kind of like fall in love with this process of recovery. And third, actually, back to the second point, like I said, a lot of people don't have the luxury of my schedule at the time. I was younger, I was in school, I had a set schedule, I could go to the gym when I wanted to, I could do what I mostly wanted to when I wanted to, and most people don't have this luxury, and when they don't have this luxury of taking the time to rehab or prehab something, this leads to chronic issues with movement, and if you've watched our videos, and I've said constantly, this leads to chronic pains. When we reach chronic pains, it's something that's just going to take a lot longer to heal. From this point, third, later down the road today, I realize how important it is to properly rehab an injury, and all the steps, the thought, the actions that go into it, they play a huge part in movement later in life. I still have problems with my right leg today because of the injury to my foot, and that's with me dealing with this on a daily basis. Doing the things you guys see online, that you see on Instagram that I post every day, I've reached a level that it doesn't bother me frequently, but I have had some injuries in the past couple months that probably will or do relate back to my foot, and some stability issues down there because of scar tissue or whatever the reason may be that it's bothering me still. But if I just can't imagine if I didn't take this all these years to rehab this to the point that I'm at, and someone who doesn't have my time or my level of expertise here is struggling on their own to figure this out. And breaking my foot sucked for a few months, and it ruined that summer. But looking back at it, it sparked what I love to do today. So in summary, go break your foot. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, in summary, because I broke my foot, it introduced me to this field of work. And being as I was looking into it already, it made me love it even more. So with that, I say for help with any of these prehab strategies or rehab strategies, if you're going into surgery, after surgery, looking to get back to a level that you were at before, please reach out to me. I have some experience in it, as you can see. But if you have chronic pains, chronic issues and movement, let's talk, seriously. Reach out to me, let's talk. I'm not here to sell you things, I'm here to make sure you're feeling better. So I appreciate the continued support from everybody. Support hashtag Skinny Boy. Also support the Thrive Boys. Derek's going to be in Washington this weekend for Nationals. So support him, reach out to him, let him know we're thinking of him. He'll be back on Tuesday. Other than that, I will see you guys next time. Peace.